Okay folks, we're back. I've done my scanning of the planets and I've been trying to gauge the situation, and the fact that I've got granted a hell of a lot of the materials for importing a Mass Effect 1 character into this game, and secondly for completing this game once already, I got a boatload of materials. I'm up to about 70,000 of palladium, platinum and iridium, and about 56,000 element 0. I think that might actually be enough materials to get me through close enough to the end of the game without having to really scan too much. So I'm not going to do any more scanning of planets until I've got Mordin, and then when I've got Mordin, then I can start to gauge how much certain upgrades are going to cost, and then I can gauge whether I need to do any more scanning or whether I can just cope with the resources that I've got at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. So we've visited the crash site, we've done what we need to do. Now it is time to speak with the try and find Mordin Solus. We need to talk to Aria at Afterlife. Now where is that? Oh, it is on Omega. So that's where we're going to head now. And I think there's another. I think there's at least 2 or 3 of our possible teammates on Omega. There's also the Archangel on Omega, and somebody else, I think, as well. So it makes sense to head there. Where are we going? So Omega. There we go. It's in the Sarabaric cluster. Somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. This is the it's like some sort of space station, is it? It must be. Alright, so before we go doing that, I'm just going to top up my bits and bobs here. Some more fuel, some more probes. There we go. And then we're going to explore some of these planets that we haven't already explored. Here we go. So we have Binder. If it were closer to Sarabaric, Binder would have an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. However, it's in the deep cold of the outer solar system, and therefore elements have long since frozen to the ground. We also have this big planet here, right close to the sun, Urdak. Close orbiting brown dwarf. Most red brown dwarf binary systems have an average separation of 8 AU. The Sarabaric system is about 12 billion years old, and it has long since used up the deuterium used to fuel fusion. So Urdak is not luminous like some brown dwarfs are. Urdak is a Class L brown dwarf with a relatively low temperature of 1300 degrees Celsius, but its heat and gravity have made it unpopular for development. There are rumours that the heads of several of Omega's crime syndicates maintain private residences on various moons. Whatever the truth of the matter, battles between syndicate vessels are often observed around the ring plane. News outlets on Omega maintain satellites at Urdak's land-range points for real-time coverage of these battles, which garner high viewer ratings. It's a little bit sick, really, isn't it? Sick game. And finally, a nice bluey planet, Imorcan, which is a standard methane ammonia gas giant. Fueling stations are run by criminal cartels who engage in cutthroat, sometimes literally, pricing wars. It's also known for its layover stations, where pirates in a hurry can find fuel, ammunition, intoxicants, gambling, and sexual companionship at any hour. Sounds like quite the place to be. But our interest in this system lies here, Omega, where we can recruit the Archangel, the Professor, and also the Veteran. Our main focus in the first instance will be the Professor. So here it is, Omega. Built in the mined-out husk of a metallic asteroid, Omega has been a haven for criminals, terrorists, and malcontents for thousands of years. At times the station has lain idle and abandoned for centuries, only to be reactivated by a new group of outlaws seeking a fresh start. The space station's original elegant design has given way to haphazard expansion by scrabbling factions of every species. There is no central government, no unifying authority, and nobody can recall a time there ever was one. Population 7.8 million. Sounds like a dangerous place to go venturing, but we have no choice. Looks like a giant jellyfish. Metallic jellyfish. Of sorts. Right. It would be a shame not to bring our new compadre along for the ride. So I'm going to bring Kazumi. What does she has overloaders and she doesn't have any abilities yet. She's got Shadow Strike. An overload potentially. What does he have? Pull and incendiary ammo. She's got overload and warp. Okay. I think we will replace Miranda. Leave her sat at her desk, liaising with the elusive man whilst we go and do the business. I think so. A weapon loadout? No, it's not asking me. Here we go. Shadow Strike. Cloak and sneak behind a target to deliver a devastating blow. Yes, that sounds rather nice. I think I'll have one of them, please. And then we'll go for level 2 Overload. And level 1 Master Faith. Nice. Who needs miserable Ice Queen and Miranda when you have a dark and mysterious Kazumi? Shepard. Giving him what is pretty much got what he needs to get. Shuriken machine pistol. I don't know. I don't really care. They can have the weapons that they deem necessary. Do we really have much choice? He has an option. You can go for the katana shotgun or this one. I don't know which one's better. There's no stats for either of them, so let's keep them as they are.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to...
Oh, Batarian.
Hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate. Now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
That's a she?
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Excuse me, my friend. I don't take too kindly to some orders from a random stranger. I'll go when I'm ready.
I'll talk to your boss when I'm damn well ready.
Then you'd better get ready. No one keeps Arya waiting. Afterlife now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morden Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Oh, information overload once again. Who the hell does he... I don't know if it's a he or she, that damn thing, Batarian. But ordering me about... Don't know who the bloody hell... Follow nobody's orders around here.
Originally an asteroid.
Well, we've just read.
Freedom's.
We read the Omega Codex on the navigation screen. Although it is slightly different on this codex, I won't subject you to listen to a description about it twice. Although, unless there's something of use there, let me just take a quick peek.
Originally an asteroid rich in element 0, Omega was briefly mined by the Protheans. who eventually abandoned it due to its thick, impenetrable crust. Thousands of years later...
Yeah, nothing of major interest there. Right, so... Aria at the Afterlife Club on Omega wants to speak to me. By the sounds of it, it sounds like that she might well be the closest thing to a leader this place has got. There's a quarantine in the slums. We need to speak to Aria anyway about Mordin and the Archangel. Something about recruitment. So I think naturally the first port of call would be to speak with Aria, as much as it pains Shepard to follow that stupid Batarian's orders. It actually is quite a logical place to start. Let's see what's... Hey.
Shut it.
Hey, is this Zaid? One of our potential squad members? I think it might... Whoa!
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
Holy cow.
Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
Short and sweet and to the point. Sounds like my kind of guy. Right. Let's take a look at some of the information, shall we? First of all, we'll start with who the hell is he beating down on the floor?
My contacts told me we're picking up 1 man, not 2.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
Shut it.
Shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
Ah, predictable, eh? Absolutely predictable. And what do you plan to do with him? I don't really fancy watching you kill somebody in cold blood in front of me, but if it needs to be done, it needs to be done.
What's gonna happen to him?
I'm gonna turn him in for the bounty. Don't much care what happens after that.
Ah, okay. I'll leave it in your hands.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Oh well. Welcome aboard then.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
No.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
Yeah, sure enough. We can pop on by.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes.
Shoot him. There we go.
I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
I like him already. Oh, what's your name? Jack? No, that's not Jack. That's another person. That's a bad sign, isn't it, when you can't remember your own bloody crew member's name? I know Kazumi's name. She's got an interesting name. She's an interesting character, but you, I just don't. Jacob, that's it. Sorry, I had a bit of a mind blank. Excuse me. Alright, planet Zorai, or Zoria. Home to the Blue Suns Mercenary Company. We'll go in there, we'll see it. I'm sure we'll learn what it's all about in good time. Okay, so we've secured the veteran. Nice. But he has come with a side mission that we need to do. Is this the case? Right. Well, he's getting locked and loaded and turning in that prisoner, so we'll leave him be for now. I'll continue with Jacob.